When you practice idealization and future orientation, you make no compromises with your dreams and visions for yourself and your future. You don't settle for smaller goals or half successes. Instead, you dream big dreams and project yourself forward mentally as though you are one of the most powerful people in the universe. You create your perfect future. You decide what you really want before you come back to the present moment and deal with what is possible for you within your current situation. Start with your business and your career. Imagine that your work life was perfect 5 years from now. Answer these questions. First, what would it look like? Second, what would you be doing? Third, where would you be doing it? Fourth, if your work life was perfect, who would you be working with? What level of responsibility would you have? Fifth, what kinds of skills and abilities would you have? Sixth, what kind of goals would you be accomplishing? And seventh, if your work life was perfect, what level of status or position would you have in your field? When you answer these questions, imagine that you have no limits. Imagine that everything is possible for you. Peter Drucker once said, "We greatly overestimate what we can accomplish in 1 year, but we greatly underestimate what we can accomplish in 5 years." Don't let this happen to you. Now, idealize your perfect financial life sometime in the future. Ask these questions. First, how much do you want to be earning 5 years from today? Second, what sort of lifestyle do you want to have? What kind of home do you want to live in? Third, what kind of a car do you want to drive if your financial life was perfect? Fourth, what kind of material luxuries do you want to provide for yourself and your family? Fifth, how much do you want to have in the bank 5 years from now? Sixth, how much do you want to be saving and investing each month and each year, both in solid amounts and percentages? And seventh, how much do you want to be worth when you retire? Imagine that you have a magic slate. You can write down anything you want. You can erase anything that may have happened in the past and create whatever picture you desire for your future. You can clean the slate at any time and start over. You have no limits. Now imagine your perfect family life. Look at your family and relationships today and project 5 years into the future. First, if your family life were perfect 5 years from now, what would it look like? Second, who would you be with? Who would you no longer be with or have in your life? Third question, if your family life were perfect, where and how would you be living? Fourth, what kind of living standards would you have or lifestyle would you be enjoying? And fifth, what kind of relationships would you have with the most important people in your life 5 years from now if everything were perfect in every respect? When you fantasize and imagine your perfect future, the only question you ask is, how? This is the most important question of all. Asking the question, how, repeatedly stimulates your creativity and triggers ideas to help you accomplish your goals. Unsuccessful people always wonder whether or not a particular goal is possible. High achievers, on the other hand, only ask the question, how? They then set to work to find ways to make their visions and goals into realities. Review your levels of health and fitness in every area as well. Project ahead 5 years and ask yourself these questions. If you were a perfect physical specimen 5 years from now, how would you look, feel, and appear? Second, what would be your ideal weight? Third, how much would you be exercising each week and each day? Fourth, what would be your overall level of health and fitness? And fifth, what changes would you have to make starting today in your diet, exercise routines, and health habits to enjoy superb physical health sometime in the future? You then imagine that you are an important and influential person, a player in your community. Imagine that you are making a significant contribution to the world around you. You are making a difference with your life and in the lives of other people. If your social and community status and involvement were ideal, here are some questions. First, what would you be doing? Second, What organizations would you be working with or contributing to? And third, what are the causes that you strongly believe in and support, and how could you become more involved in those areas?